Okay, um, hello everybody, good morning. Um, this begins our full day of mindfulness practice, and I just thought we would begin the day by really honoring the commitment that we've made to being here today. You might have had to change your schedule a little bit to make room for a full Saturday of practice, and you should really feel good about that, about committing to seeing what happens in our day. And I wanted to say a little bit on why. Why do we need an extended day of practice, or why is it a good thing to do something like this? And essentially it's because we're going to have a bigger opportunity to watch our experience unfold throughout the day. And it's a real gift to see that and to watch it. Up until now on the course, you've been doing isolated practices, so a body scan, a 30-minute sit, walking meditation, but a lot of times we can see mindfulness as something that fits into small pockets of time instead of something that we can come back to all the time. So in a longer day of practice, we're really seeing the entire day as a mindfulness practice, which means the intervals between things as well. And our awareness is going to shift onto different objects depending on the meditation that we're doing and depending on the spaces in between. So you might be aware very much in a walking meditation of your body and the sensation with the ground. And then later we'll be doing a meditation where we're following our breath. And then, there are those periods when we're waiting for lunch and we're standing in the queue, and it's good to remind ourselves to come back to those moments as well and ask yourself what is in my awareness right now when I suddenly become aware that I'm in this moment. Am I aware of my feet, of my stomach grumbling, of thoughts about, ooh, that looks good? Yeah, it's changing all throughout the day, and it's just a real blessing to be able to see it unfold and to watch ourselves throughout the day. I'd also like to say a little something about expectations, because I remember my own expectations when I first had my first day of mindfulness. I think it was a bit giddy, actually, and hoping it would be good and that things wouldn't go wrong, and hoping that I would feel relaxed. That's one thing that I can remember. I can see a few people nodding. So, yeah. Noting right now what your own internal expectation might be of the day. So maybe thinking, I'm getting some time away from the kids, I'm going to just have this whole period to bliss out and relax. Or maybe some people are thinking, this is going to be really hard and I'm going to struggle throughout the whole day, which is a different type of expectation. And as much as possible, just letting that be there without actually making that a requirement or a goal for your day, because you have no real way of knowing what the day is going to be like or how it's going to unfold. And adopting instead more of an intention, which is, it's different from a goal, because we're not trying to reach anything. It's just something that we keep coming back to, an intention. So the intention for the day is to keep an open mind towards your experience and keep opening to it with awareness. Keep coming back with mindfulness to what's unfolding. And so you may be watching your mind state, and how your mind state right now at the beginning of a day of practice while I'm speaking to you is going to be quite different to your mind state at 12:25, 5 minutes before lunch happens and we're all gearing up for that, and also different to when we come back after having a walk outside. And it's just so interesting to keep tuning in with awareness to what's happening in you. It also means that if you have this intention, that you can go through periods where things might not be feeling 100% wonderful. You may be feeling agitated at some point during the day. And if you can remember your intention is to come back with a sense of compassion, a sense of kindness to whatever is happening in that moment, it means that you can be more curious about, how's my body feeling when I'm feeling agitated because it's too cold in the room and I wanted it to be warmer? Um, those are all things that we can watch throughout the day. Yeah, so I'd also like to say something about that intention being held in the room with compassion. And if you look around the room today, everybody who's sitting here is probably feeling in some way, "Ooh, I hope this goes well. I hope I learn something as a result of this." Whatever is in their heart, there's expectations. And so we can feel a collective, common humanity in that we've all come today to watch our experience. We've all come to be mindful, and we're supporting one another. It's good to feel that. It's good to notice that just by somebody else sitting in the room trying to follow their breath, that they're supporting you and doing the same thing. And how does that change the quality of how you feel to occasionally look around the room and feel that? Whether it's true or not, it's a lens, it's a way of viewing things, and it's one that you can look through during the day. Other times you might be looking through quite a different lens, and I wanted to comment on that. There's often a tendency to compare whenever you're in an environment like this. I'm sure you've been comparing even during the course when we're doing exercises and thinking, ooh, that person looks much more relaxed than I look, or look at that person fidgeting over there. They're not being very mindful, whereas I'm able to come back. So that comparing mind is yet another thing that we can be watching and noticing and letting go. The inner critic is something that may come up from time to time. Different emotional states may come up from time to time. And all of those being things that we can notice with kindness, with compassion, notice their quality, their texture, and then come back to whatever our intention is in that moment for our object of awareness, which may be our breath, may be our body, it may be cultivating loving kindness. We don't know in that moment. But knowing that having those experiences of judging, of comparing, that there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. It's the invitation today is to watch and to accept. So there's nothing wrong with what you may be experiencing. There are often many different reactions to a day of silence. So if you do feel overwhelmed at any point, please knowing that you're welcome to go get a cup of tea, to get a breath of fresh air, and to just collect yourself a little bit, and that's completely okay. Just letting me know if you can, so I can support you in doing that. And there may be opportunities also, if need be, to speak. If you feel that you have to speak, there'll be periods where you can come to me and we can talk. I think the last thing that I wanted to say is to really have this whole day resting in compassion for yourselves, compassion for the other people in the room, compassion for what you're doing, because it will make it a lot easier to go throughout the day if we're holding ourselves with that type of intention, so that when we're doing a body scan and we notice it might be a little cool on the floor and we're tensing up, that we're allowing that, we're softening into that, and we're sending ourselves kindness in the moments when we're reactive, so that we're able to see our reactivity. It's very difficult to see what we're reacting to and how we are unless there's that quality of looking with kindness. All right, so thank you, and I'm looking forward to a really good day with you, and go well.